Hey everybody, it's Queen Jelly and welcome to or welcome back to the Toy Box. I'm sorry I missed last week, but thankfully I had some old videos that I was able to still get posted. I just haven't really felt like recording lately. I had like a really bad cold and then just, haven't necessarily felt like it. So but today we're back to recording, and this is going to be very exciting because it's our newest Mattel Creations release. This is going to be the Jack and Sally dolls, which I have not seen in person yet, and I am so excited. These dolls mean so much to me. I've been such a huge fan of Nightmare Before Christmas for years. I mean, there's Oogies all over my set. Yeah, I'm so excited to get this set open. Now, I did notice though this interesting curvature to the top of the box. I hope that's intentional and not something weird with my box, but I have, like I said, not seen them in person yet. I just took the outer box off just because that has, address and stuff on it, whatever. But I was actually surprised that they were only in 1-layer boxes. Usually they send them in 2-layer boxes. Okay. So yeah, that does look very intentional. That's an interesting design choice. I haven't seen a box like that before, at least from Monster High, with they kind of this little window at the top, which is cool, but which I've seen, but I just mean this angle to it. So here on the front, we have a picture of Jack and Sally, and it says Tim Burton's Night Before Christmas from the makers of Monster High Skullector. On the back, it says Disney's Tim Burton The Night Before Christmas, J. Hearts S. True Love Never Dies. Debuting the fan-favorite film Disney's Tim Burton The Night Before Christmas, Pumpkin King Jack Skellington and dreamer Sally embark on a wild misadventure that captures the spirit of Halloween, Christmas, and true love. This collector's doll pack celebrates the moment that Jack and Sally realize they are meant to be together forever. Dressed in a bespoke suit with a frightening skeleton print, Jack is ready for a haunting night with Sally, who's dressed in a creeptastic off-the-shoulder dress with a petrifying patchwork print. This delightful collector item captures the nightmarish fun that awaits every night in Halloween Town. And the makers of a Monster High Skullector. So when they first announced these ones, or people found the links about these ones, I didn't believe it because I was like, they've been working with Universal. Why would they work with Disney? And then I remembered that they have the Disney license to make dolls. So it's actually kind of interesting more that they've been making dolls in collaboration with Universal than that they've been making dolls with Disney. There's also potential leaks that there may be a Hocus Pocus trio coming next year, which I would actually die, because Hocus Pocus is everything to me. So I think this part slides off. Okay. Oh my gosh, there they are. They're so cute. Ah! Oh my god, look at his face. All right, so we have Zero over here with some pumpkins, and this is like the pumpkin fence. So this is kind of the entrance to Halloween Town. I don't like, if I was an inbox collector, I don't like, look, if you, from your angles, it's fine, but from straight on, this is going right over his face. But yeah, from down here, that doesn't look like it. But from straight on, that arch there goes right over the top of Jack's face. Oh, that's gorgeous art on the, well, it's not art, it's a photo, but it's still gorgeous on the back here. And then more of the fence on the sides. All right, so in order to get this out of the box without destroying anything, I am going to have to cut here. So I'm going to take a pause and get them carefully out of the box, because I am an out-of-box collector, but I do keep my boxes, because one day I hope to be able to display my out-of-box dolls, at least I don't keep all of their boxes, that would be ridiculous, but I keep all of the limited edition doll boxes, so that one day when I have more space, I can display them sitting in front of or styled inside of their boxes. So I do like to still keep them in good condition, even though I am deboxing them. So anyway, as usual, while I'm starting to take them out, I do like to take this time to remind you to like, comment, and subscribe. Doing so really does help out the channel a lot. It also helps you, if you enjoy our content, to be able to find our videos in the future. So I am going to go ahead and pause here for a moment. Actually, you know what? I think I might be able to get them out, because getting that sleeve out was much easier than expected. That's usually the hard part that makes it take forever that I struggle with, but it seems like they're coming out pretty easily. So maybe if I don't have to edit, it is much more helpful because I can get the videos out much sooner than if I have to edit. So if we can not have to cut here, that would be great. And at least for Jack, it might just be the case. He's very easy to get out, which is good. Just has some rubber bands on his feet. I believe that this is a completely brand new sculpt for this doll because the only other skeleton we have is Skullector, and she, I don't think, is this tall. So we may have just done a modified Skullector sculpt, but still, because I can feel his body is skeletonized. That is so cool. We'll probably do a clip with his with his clothes off so that we can see what his body sculpt looks like, since it is a special sculpt. Oh, cool. Their stands are coming out pretty easily. There's just a little rubber band that's keeping it in. Jack's came out really easily, but Sally's is being a pain. Maybe if we slide it this way. There we go. He does have a taller stand than her. Because he is taller than her, so he does need a little bit of a taller stand. And we're going to be very, very careful. There we go. Because she has this really pretty mesh skirt down here, and the last thing we need is to cut that. More rubber bands on her feet. This is definitely a very stylized version of their outfits. They're very cute. I can't wait to dive into those heels because I think that her little like bottles that she keeps her like potion ingredients in, I guess. Because I mean, if you think about it, because it's the ingredients she uses to make the soup to make him pass out. So I don't know if those are normal food ingredients or if she's kind of like part witch, I guess. No, please don't rip. Okay, there we go. Because they always have to put those stupid pegs in the back of their heads. They didn't put the pegs in the back of Jack's head because he doesn't have hair, but for some reason they find it necessary to put it in the back of everyone else's hair. I'm like, why can't you just package them the same way you package them if you don't have hair? Because this leads to accidental haircuts sometimes. Boop. Or those things getting left in there forever. You know how many thrifted dolls I found that still have their pegs in the back of their head because nobody wanted to cut them out? And there's the base of their stands and their certificate of authenticity, which I will be looking at in just a moment as soon as I get these stands off. Woo! Easy peasy. Look at that. All right. Looks he has a taller stand, but it looks like they both have the same size waist clip because he's skinny. Oh. But normally the Manster dolls would have a thicker waist clip, but these are both definitely the same size. And looks like these stands are both the same size too. So the only difference is going to be in the stick that they use. So there's the tall stick and the skinny stick. Or the short stick, sorry. And then the clips. She feels so soft. I know that's like a random thing, but she just does. She feels so soft. You know what? These just still aren't clicking with me that these are real because these just feel like fantasy dolls. Like these don't feel like they're something that would actually exist, but yet they do, and they're in my hand. And I think it's just not. It's surreal. They don't feel like they actually are in my hand. Also, one thing I was starting to mention in my head but never said out loud is that these did release for. Interesting. These did release for the 30th anniversary of A Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm surprised it doesn't say that anywhere in the box. But Disney is also releasing, like the Disney Store is also releasing a special edition set for the anniversary as well. But it's a lot more expensive. It does come with a little bit more, but it not enough to be as expensive as it is. Yeah, there is. There's like a plastic piece. So his hands are not coming off very easily, and I don't, oh, there we go. I didn't want to break them, but I want to see this underneath. Don't, please. His arms are going to be very fragile because they're very skinny, but yeah, they're completely the bone sculpt. Trying to get that joint to bend rather than pop. There we go. Perfect. There's this plastic piece in there for like making his suit look fuller, but I don't think that is necessary. Yeah, look at his body sculpt. That is so cool. I will have to, when I open Skullector, because I do have the Day of the Dead Skullector. I was going to open her already, and I was going to do her as a special, but unfortunately I just wasn't feeling well enough to be able to record her at that time, so. Sorry, just being very delicate with his parts. So he has his jacket here. It is a separate piece that has these coattails all the way down it. So it has his traditional pinstripes, and it does have a skull on it, but it feels more, it doesn't feel like a skullette. It definitely feels a little bit more inspired by Jack's traditional, like, outfit, I guess, or, like, style. Like, more Tim Burton-esque than Monster High-esque, in my opinion. It does have a little tag in here. So it's from the makers of Monster High Skullector. He has his bow tie. It is currently held on by rubber bands, but it is a little clip, so it's kind of like a little necklace that goes around him. But then his suit does appear to be one piece, so his pants and shirt are connected. His shirt is a black and orange striped top with a white faux button up underneath. And then he has these black striped pants that match the suit jacket that we just took off of him. You can kind of just slide down the pants because I don't want to, so we can see all of his bone structure all the way down. It is a 2023 Mattel, so it is, again, even if it's the same, even if it's just a stretched out version of Skullector, it is still a new sculpt for him because we've never had a Manster skeleton before that I'm aware of, so this is really, really cool. Very unique, but does, again, feel quite fragile because of it. Like, Generation 1 dolls kind of already feel fragile, but he feels extra fragile because of being so literally bone thin. And his shoes are being really difficult, and I don't want to break it, but I'm sure that he has skeleton feet underneath. So he has these kind of like dress shoes, but they do still have a bit of a heel to them. So he has, the heels look like the hill that they like to sit on a lot. The one that is kind of mentioned in the... Okay, so there's a slit here on the side, so it should be able to separate there. Okay. Because I didn't see a slit in the back. There we go. There's his little foot. Oh my goodness, it's so cute. But anyway, so there's his little foot, and then there's a little hill that they sit on when they sing to each other. It's right in front of the moon. It's very cute. There's a little skulette into the design here, and it kind of looks like kind of leather work all the way around. Very simple, but very effective. And I kind of like that they stretched him out and gave him heels to make him even taller. So I very much like that a lot. And then we can put his jacket back on. And then we'll look at his lovely bride, of course. I don't think we took a close look at his face, though, so we'll take a quick peek at that, which is also very much 100% a unique sculpt as well, because, like, look at that. That looks just like Jack Skellington. That is 100% a sculpt that was made for this doll. This is not a repaint by any means. This is a brand new sculpt, which is absolutely gorgeous. Also, like, look at these hands. Oh, once I get them, there we go, back in. Look at these gorgeous long fingers, just like Jack has. He has 3 fingers and a thumb. I don't know if that's accurate for Jack. I'd have to look that up, because I thought he had a full skeleton hand, but I'm not sure. And then we can, without the plastic piece, we can now fit him on his stand. He did not want to fit with that piece on. But what I like to do with the characters when they have jackets is I pull the jacket over the back of the stand, and then I put the stand at the back, and then put the waist clip on, and then that kind of it kind of smooths that out a little bit. But it really pinches his shirt. So I'm assuming maybe that's why they put the plastic in it, but with the plastic in it, he wouldn't fit on the stand, so kind of interesting. It doesn't look too great on his stand, but we can work with it. And then if we look here at Sally, she is absolutely gorgeous as well. Like I said, she just feels very soft. This material down here is soft. Her hair is soft and so long. And it's the perfect red for her. It's not too vibrant. It's not too dark. It's just this kind of like nice in-between rich red. Here at the top, she has this beautiful bow that is currently clipped to her head and will be staying that way. It has these swirls around it with this big bow, and then the flowers. I believe these are the same kind of flowers that she pulls when she has her vision about Jack's Christmas. And then we have her face, which I believe is also a brand new sculpt because of the way that the eyes are, but I could be wrong. But she has these big full lips, and she has these very large, gorgeous eyes with, of course, her teal eyeshadow, and her whole skin tone is in her gorgeous blue. She has some stitches running around her face and along her lip line. Just beautiful. And then her earrings are little black cats with bright green eyes. She has a necklace, which again is made out of those thistles. And then her top is made out of her traditional kind of pattern. So it has the half pink, half yellow here, but she does have these little mesh off the sleeves, which are not part of her traditional look. And then this orange and black stripe is not usual, but it is to kind of tie her into Jack's orange and black stripes that he has going the other way. And then this part here, this mini part of the skirt, is in her traditional pattern with kind of the patchwork. And then once it gets to here, to that like mid-calf area, it splits off into this very light flowy mesh. This is not part of Sally's traditional style. And Sally's dress, I would say, isn't this tight fit even up here, but it kind of is, but like a little bit less. I don't know. This does almost have a mesh-like feel to it, but then we definitely have this nice lace, multiple layers here, 1 and 2, that feel really nice. And of course we have the stitches all the way down her leg, and they're on both of her arms as well as on her neck. And all of the stitch placement is very accurate to Sally. It's where it should be. She does have very specific spots that have stitches on them. It's not kind of just like, oh, willy-nilly wherever. She is also packaged with these protectors to protect her joints, and to kind of keep some of this black material off of her joints, which is nice, to reduce some staining. And then we have her shoes, which are so cute. So they're the black, kind of, again, leather style that's stitched together. They have the twisted thistles all around them, but then they each have a unique bottle on their heel. So this one is Deadly Nightshade, and then this one, of course, is Frog's Breath. Super cute, of course, very, unique and very specific to the character. Just absolutely stunning and amazing. And then because, Sally is a seamstress, she does sew for the other members of Halloween Town as well as sew herself back together. She, of course, has to carry her thread around. So that is her purse. So there are Jack and Sally. And then we have their certificate that certifies that our Disney's Tim Burton Night Before Christmas, Jack and Sally Monster High Skullector dolls materialized through the collaboration effort of designers and artists at Mattel. And then we have Rebecca Shipman as the signature. And yeah, there you have them. There is Jack and Sally. Like I said, I'm still kind of in awe of the fact that I even have them in my hands, that they're like even real. I don't know, they're amazing because they fit both, again, Nightmare Before Christmas, which is something I always loved, and, you know, Monster High, which, of course, as you guys know, I'm obsessed with. That's like 90% of my channel at this point. So, yeah, I just really adore them. So, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed as much as I enjoyed unboxing these. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you also very soon in the next one. Bye!